Welcome into MarketAbilities podcast. We talk everything about marketing, development, launching your business, and everywhere in between, whether you're making money or whether you haven't started yet. And in this episode, we're going to talk about why your sales pitch isn't working. And it may not be that your sales pitch is bad. It may not be that it's not enticing, or that you've correctly worded it, or you've dumbed it down to a minute to where people can really understand. You may have nailed all of those things, but you're missing one key ingredient. Most people are, and it's getting them into the right environment. So let me explain, and let me give you a few options that you can use to get people in the right environment to then make the right decision to purchase or not purchase from your pitch. Okay. So, but just real quick, MarketAbilities is made by Growing Media, growingmediamarketing.com. If you guys need any help with marketing, doesn't matter where you're at, if you just started, or if you just need a content plan for yourself, you're like, I can do these things, but I don't have a set plan. Reach out to us. We would absolutely love to help you at any stage you are at with your business. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So the environment. So people want to buy in an environment where they don't feel pressured. Okay. Like, when's the last time, like, when you walk into a restaurant, okay, and you go order your food, the waiter will come up and they'll say, "Would you like to look at the cocktail menu?" And they're not saying, like, they're not hard selling you. They're just asking, "Hey, would you like to look at this?" And you're like, "Oh yeah. And then after a minute or two, you looking at the cocktail menu, like, "Hey, did you see anything you liked? Would you like to order something?" And what's funny is, yeah, and then you order this $12, $15, $20 cocktail, and not only did the restaurant make more money, but that waiter or waitress's tip just went up, and they put zero pressure on you. All they said was, "Hey, would you like this?" Because you're in the environment. You're like, "You know what? That would go really great with my steak. A nice wine would, or whatever. Or with my burger, this cocktail would be great." And then at the end of the meal, guess what they do again? I'm sure you can guess. "Hey, would you like to see our dessert menu? Would you like dessert tonight?" And the thing is that they've already made the sale. Like, they don't need this. They don't need you to buy dessert because it's already all happened. Okay. Like, you've already been in the environment. You've already immersed yourself into it. And so, just depending on where you're at, maybe you're full, whatever. But you guys get the concept. They're not sitting there hard selling you, being like, "You need this right now or your life is going to fall apart." Like, no, like, people don't like to be sold like that. At least most people don't. I know that I don't. Like, if there's a lot of people, if I'm in a situation where someone's trying to sell me on their product or their service, and they're like going hard about this will change your life, or if you don't get this, just doing all the negative things, and really just like feeling like they need to justify what they're saying. Like, if you are in a conversation where you are trying to sell someone, right, where you're just trying to show them what you have to offer, and you are sitting there trying to justify to them why it will work for them, you've lost. Like, you've lost. Like, I'm sorry, but you've lost, because here's the main issue with that is, whenever you are trying to convince someone to do something, it will never work, because you cannot convince people. Okay? Like, I want you to get that through your head. You cannot convince someone to work with you. You cannot do that. They have to convince themselves. So that's why you need to put them into an environment where you've already helped them. You've already showed them that, your thing, your product, your service can help. And whether that's from customer reviews, whether that's maybe they had a meeting with you and you just showed them, "Hey, this is what we've worked on. These are the success stories that we have. These are the up and coming things that we're working on. This is what we think would work best for you if you decided to work with us." Like, stuff like that, where you're just like, "Hey, this is what we think will work best. This is the price. And if you want to work with us, great. If not, that's okay too. And leave it at that. Like provide, like show them the offer, do the pitch, and leave it. Because once you start doing that justification thing, people are going to be turned off a little bit. Like they're either going to want it or they don't. And it's okay if they don't, because oftentimes, and this is something that I had to come to terms with a while ago, at least 4 or 5 years ago, is if someone doesn't buy your thing or chooses not to work with you and goes with someone else, God was probably protecting you in that moment from that person. And I'm not saying that person's bad. Like don't start there. Like that person's terrible. They're the devil or whatever. No. That just means that maybe you two weren't meant to work together. Maybe it would have been a slight disaster. Maybe you guys just would have butt heads the entire time. Like, neither this person or this person is the bad person in the scenario, but it was more so, hey, we just won't work well together, and down the road, it just won't work. And whether you are a believer in Jesus, like I am, and most of the Growing Media team here, or you believe in the universe, doesn't matter. It's the same concept of like, maybe I just saved myself from some real headache. And I know that there's been some times that I have, in my audio business, I have like done the hard sell for some people. Like, I mean, like gone all out, lowered my price, 30 emails back and forth, a couple phone calls, all this stuff to finally get the sale, and then realize they are some of the hardest people I've ever worked with, and I've dropped my price, and I have the most headache, and I'm the most annoyed. And I every time I see a text message pop up or an email pop up from them, I'm like, I don't even want to open it. And so I don't want you to live like that either. And so that's why it's probably not your pitch's fault. It's probably your environment that you're pitching in. And so you want to make sure that you cultivate an environment where they feel comfortable, where they feel like, hey, I'm the decision maker, because they are the decision maker. You want to make them feel like I can say no or I can say yes if it's right for me. And that's it. Like, it's super, super simple. But if you don't get that, then people, your name might get spread out, but like, hey, the hard sell, they're going to come in and basically go at you and tell you why you need them, instead of, the outcome that they can get from you. And so again, this is a very short podcast, but focus on the environment that you're selling in instead of the actual pitch. Because most of the time your pitch is good. And if that person has shared the pain point, and you kind of already know, whenever you're pitching someone, you're like, this person needs what I have, or they need my service, they need my product. It'll help them. It'll change their life. It will get them to the goal that they're wanting. Whenever you're in that moment, you can't be so attached to the outcome of them making that decision, because again, it's their decision. And so, I think this is hard for, people with a lot of empathy, because they're like, oh man, like I could help you so much if you just make that decision. And then, you become like me, where I lower my prices or something whenever I didn't need to, where if I wouldn't have lowered my prices, I would have skipped over a massive headache that money can't replace. Like money can't replace the sleepless nights, or the annoyance that you feel, or the headache that you get from certain clients. And so, just cultivate an environment where you're like, hey, this is how it works. This is who I am. This is what it costs. Yes or no? Put them in the driver's seat, because they are. You want them to feel like they're in the driver's seat. You want to make them feel like, hey, this is going to transform my business, my life, my thing, whatever it is. So very simple, but often overlooked, and can make a huge change to your business, and not just your business, but your stress level, because no one likes high pressure sales environments, except for like maybe like some of those, phone call salespeople, which, anyways, I don't like those. Most people don't. Most people hate selling, the actual version of selling. And so, it's getting them into an environment of, comfortability, So, okay. Anyways, that is all for today. Again, if you guys need any help with your marketing, growingmediamarketing.com. We would love to help you. We are masterful when it comes to video content because video is king nowadays. And if you're not producing video for your social platforms, for your YouTube channels, just to have a good video placement on your website, you are missing out. You're probably losing customers. And we help with everything from SEO to graphic design, literally all of it. And we would love to help you with wherever you're at to help you grow, to either launch, grow, or build your business, whatever it is, wherever you're at, we want to help you. So, and we post these podcasts every Monday in the morning. So if you guys want to, please subscribe. We would love to serve you more. All right. See ya.